YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh man, what an interesting way to start off 2025 if you're Joe Budden. On the very last day of 2024, 3 weeks after you were charged, the Edgewater Police Department says, hold up, buddy. We got one last trick for you. They released a press statement on Joe Budden's charge. If you guys don't know, Joe Budden was recording his podcast out of a building in Edgewater. It was a very nice building. The rent was $10K plus. So you guys already know what kind of folks live there. Now, it's been documented on the Joe Budden podcast that him and one of his neighbors did not get along. Obviously, if you have a whole podcast production being done at the building that you sleep in, whether it's people screaming, gunshots from the soundboard, the heated arguments that the cast has with each other, Joe's neighbor definitely was not feeling the idea of Joe shooting the podcast there. And also the weekly guests and their entourage that Joe has come into the podcast every week. Now, this was the press release from Edgewater Police Department stating that the incident happened on December 4th, 2024 at 7:21 in the morning. It says the Edgewater Police was dispatched to an apartment complex for the report from a resident that a man was standing outside of their apartment door completely naked. Now, the caller recognized the man as a neighbor, Joseph Budden Jr., a 44-year-old male. The caller was alerted to Budden by their doorbell camera, which depicted Joe Budden attempting to enter a code into the door keypad several times before re-entering his own residence across the hall. Now, these were all details that Joe Budden did not tell us when he talked about this on the podcast. And this press release also lets us know that Joe Budden might have had another apartment in that same complex that they recorded in. Joe was eventually charged with lewdness on a complaint summons and has to go to court this month. Now, according to TMZ, who did an article on this, the court complaint says that the resident and two juvenile daughters observed the offensive live on their phone. This right here is the part where people are saying that this could be big trouble for Joe. It's one thing if you're seen sleepwalking naked by an adult, but if they're claiming that their two daughters also saw Joe Budden sleepwalking naked, that could be a whole big issue. Now, Joe Budden's lawyer, Nima Ameri, they responded back to Edgewater Police Departments for putting out that press release. They said Mr. Budden is saddened by the police chief Martin's press release. Mr. Budden has been waiting weeks for his cross complaints to be processed, which includes substantially more serious charges and includes possible felony charges against the persons behind these charges against him. The chief has, in our opinion, sat on these, but instead used his time to gain some free publicity for himself. God damn, so the chief is clout chasing? Chief Martin should seek publicity by doing notable policing, not inflaming disorderly person's allegations. The allegations against Mr. Budden are a minor charge, not even resulting in an arrest. A charge Mr. Budden is looking forward to being in court on the merits, not in the press. The chief's comments are reckless and, in our opinion, racially motivated. Our research has not shown a single press release on a disorderly person's charge on the police website this year. His choice to single out Mr. Budden, in our opinion, is self-motivated and based off Mr. Budden's race and celebrity status. Now, those are some very strong accusations from Joe's lawyer, but they do have a point. If you guys have never put out a press release for anybody in this town that's gotten the same charge as me, why the fuck is you doing it now? Oh, that's right, because I'm a celebrity and you possibly could gain clout from this. Now, something that's very interesting here is that this is Edgewater. Edgewater is Joe's stomping ground. Joe has lived in Edgewater before renting out an apartment for the podcast. So you would think that somewhere where you're familiar with, you've actually lived there, you know certain people around the town, that the cops would at least cut you some slack and not be on some clout chasing stuff. Now, no matter how serious this charge is, it's still not gonna stop people from clowning on Joe for it. Now, talk about bad timing. Charleston White, who Joe Budden was supposed to do an interview with this year, just a couple days ago, Joe actually exposed them for trying to lie about the reason why he canceled on them. Charleston White tried to say that Joe Budden canceled because Joe is Diddy's mans, and Charleston was making fun of Diddy and Cassie.
Umar Joe Budden. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Joe Budden had booked me. Then I made some comments about Cassie and Diddy was getting high, freaking, fucking, and fighting like most people do in the ghetto. He didn't want to interview me after that.
He took that in the positive.
Well, I said, man, if I got $1 billion, you can't tell me what I can do with my bitch, and me and my bitch been doing it for 12 years. We like.
Joe actually put out a statement saying, no, I canceled because you were clowning Gilly's son literally days after he passed. Well, today, Charleston White woke up on timing. He said, yo, Joe Budden is a pervert and a woman beater. Ain't no nigga sleepwalking out the door and don't know it. Tell that bullshit to his podcast listeners. Now, Maino also got a couple laughs from the situation. According to Ice, he said, yo, shaking my head. I ran into Maino and the first thing he says to me was, tell your mans to put some clothes on. It's gonna be a long 2025. Now, Uncle Murda, who put out his year-end 2024 wrap-up, he had the song done and ready to go, but as soon as the Joe Budden news came out yesterday, he ran back to the studio to add a couple bars. Here's what he said.
Joe Buttons got locked up for being in the building naked. It was on the Ring camera. One of his neighbors taped it. That's crazy. All the shit he be talking, he was on some kind of drug. He wasn't sleepwalking. That's embarrassing. I know he feeling crazy. That's why he ain't been recording no new episodes lately. Building he was filming and want him to get out. On the last day of the year, we find this shit out. This nigga naked playing with his neighbor's door. That's some weird shit. That's what the Ring camera saw.
Oh man, listen, if you're Joe, you are hoping for the next big news to pop off right now. I don't know if Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp got a part 2 for their interview coming out, or maybe another rapper gets caught up into some freaky ass case. But there's gotta be a distraction because they are clowning Joe right now. You guys get in the comments below, subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
I just sleptwalked somewhere that I shouldn't have sleptwalked.
Okay.
And you know how I sleep.
Yeah. Oh
Butt-ass.
my
Slept.
God.
Oh, shit. Butt ass. Nice naked ass. Good naked sleepwalking. I just did it again.
Oh shit.
I did it again.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I did it again.
Shit was swinging, right?
Nah. Holy shit, nobody can go through this stuff but me. It's only me. It's only me. So you got to deal with
that. Puts everything. Oh,
you got to deal with what comes with that